You're flying a twin-engine bomber just a few meters above the Pacific, heading straight at a Japanese destroyer that's firing everything it has at you. And in your nose is a gun usually bolted into a tank. Would you pull the trigger? In the early Pacific War, American bombers were doing everything by the book. High altitude, fancy bomb sites, perfect formations, and they were missing constantly. Destroyers doing 30 knots could simply watch the bombs fall, twist the rudder, and let thousands of pounds of explosives splash into empty ocean. It was humiliating, it was deadly, and it wasn't working. Then along comes General George Kenney, a short, rough-edged airman who cared more about results than manuals. He looked at the problem and thought, if I can't drop bombs on them from high up, I'll punch holes in them up close. His solution? Take a tough little B-25 Mitchell bomber and stuff a 75mm field cannon into its nose. Engineers were horrified. They ran the numbers. The recoil would snap the nose off, shatter the glass, maybe stall the plane in mid-air. They called it insane. Kenney called it necessary, so they built one. The glass bombardier's nose was cut off and replaced with a metal snout. Inside, a tank gun. There was no automatic loader, just a crewman standing beside the pilot, sweating, muzzling 15-pound shells into the breech while the aircraft bounced through the sky. On the first test, a B-25 lined up on a lonely coral reef. The loader slammed a shell home. Gun ready! The pilot squeezed the trigger. The plane lurched as if it had hit an invisible wall. Smoke poured through the cockpit, but when it cleared, the wings were still there, and the reef where the nose had been pointing exploded in a tower of water and shattered coral. It worked. Soon, these flying gunships went hunting the Tokyo Express, those fast Japanese destroyers racing supplies to the front. Instead of coming in high, the B-25 skimmed the waves, nose guns blazing to blind and shred the flak crews. Then, at terrifyingly close range, the pilot lined up the hull and fired the 75. One shell could rip into a boiler room, gut the machinery, and leave a destroyer dead in the water, finished off by bombs and more strafing runs. For the first time, a single medium bomber could kill a warship by itself. The reign of the big cannon was brief. Rockets and lighter weapons eventually replaced it. But that brutal idea, turning a transport plane into flying artillery, lives on in the AC-130 gunship still circling battlefields today. So tell me, if you were that man in the nose, standing beside a tank gun in a shaking aluminum tube, would you have the nerve to slam in the next Cheb? If you want more insane, almost unbelievable engineering stories from World War II, hit subscribe and let me know in the comments, would you fly in the flying tank, or is that a hard